Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, let's accept that we are conditioned to certain beliefs and certain experiences. There's no doubt on that. Now, we like certain conditioning in us and we maintain it because it's a lifeline. It provides certain support, certain fun, and we see that conditioning as a positive lifestyle. So it's there. And there are certain conditioning we don't like. We don't like it because we have come to understand that those conditioning is against the healthy lifestyle. And you see the difference and you're trying to let go, trying to dissolve the bad habits. And you're trying and but at the same time you're failing to dissolve it, isn't it? You're 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 having difficult to let it go completely. The conditioning is, you know, bouncing back again in your life. Like, you're trying to quit smoking, but you end up smoking again. You're trying to stop drinking, but you end up drinking again. You stop taking drugs, but you end up doing it again. So there's a bounce back happening, isn't it? This bouncing back and this maintaining the routine is coming back because you're letting go or you're dissolving. The conditioning is forceful. You're physically controlling yourself. You're mentally controlling yourself to not to um, associate with those things. And the controlling doesn't work. It works to an extent, but the craving starts to come in, and then you do it again. The failing to let go completely is happening because you are not understanding. You're not examining why the craving is there in the first place. Examining is the way to figure out the root cause of the attachment to bad habits. You got to figure out the root cause of the problem. Not just that, you have to dissolve or dismantle the root altogether until nothing is left. And that's the proper solution to disengage from the unhealthy lifestyle. Otherwise, as I mentioned, you always bounce back to bad habits. Solution is that. Now, if you see what I'm saying is true, then investigate. Trace your conditioning backward. Why do I have this urge to bounce back? Why do I have this urge to do it again? This way you can figure out easily the root, and same way, why do I give in? When you figure out the root, you still give in to that conditioning. Then you have to ask yourself, why do I give in? And there's a reason for that. So questioning yourself, asking yourself why is the way to undo the conditioning. Now, when we try to undo the bad habits, and we try to maintain the good habits, good conditioning in life. But even you are maintaining the good conditioning, healthy conditioning in life, positive conditioning, notice maintaining that conditioning is a struggle too, isn't it? Also, you have a fear lingering in you, fear of losing that conditioning, isn't it? When certain conditioning, when you're conditioned to something and that conditioning is supporting you, your life, losing that is fear, isn't it? And then, because of the fear, you are controlling, you're creating a boundary and resisting something or ignoring. And then that controlling, resisting, ignoring is stress, isn't it? It's a mental stress, it's emotional stress, physical stress. So, to overcome the stress, you have to understand your attachment to the positive conditioning or the conditioning that you're maintaining in life. You have to investigate why you're dependent on it to certain layers. You have to understand why can't you trust yourself? Why can't you trust the moment? Why the attachment? Why you trusting the attachment and holding on to the attachment? There is a desire for freedom. There is a desire to be free from the fear. But also we contradict ourselves by holding on to the conditioning. There's a physical conditioning, there's a mental conditioning, and extensive emotional and psychological conditioning. And that all happens because of the fear of losing the conditioning. So, especially when it comes to spiritual freedom, holding on to the uh, positive conditioning is is not freedom. Positive and negative, they are all duality. All conditioning must be dismantled in oneself to see the plain sight truth. Only truth, seeing the truth, makes you free from all conditioning. Until the truth is seen, your healthy conditioning or attachment to the conditioning is coming from the place of fear. Fear of fear of the unknown, fear of being nobody, and pretty much all fear boils down to fear of death, just to push the death away and prolong life. That's what we think. To prolong life, we hold on to certain conditioning. We hold on to conditioning because certain conditioning because of our past experience. If the past experience was struggle, pain, and when the experience was in such a way, in a struggle manner, and nobody wants to struggle anymore. Everybody wants to be stable and free because of the past experience. And when something is working in life, we hold on tight. We hold on tight in a way that we don't want to lose it. And not to lose it, we control too much. We resist or we run when we can't do anything. So, and all this controlling, resisting is simply an ego self. The ego in us does all the drama, maintains all the drama in us. And the ego is there because the truth is missing, because because we are not able to see what the truth in us, the absolute truth, the unchanging truth, isn't it? So we must go for the truth. We need to figure out the truth, and that's that. And if we sustain the journey towards truth, then we can be free from the conditioning. Then we can let go the bad habit with ease. Then we can let go even the positive conditioning. We're not holding it and making a drama in our lives with that. Because the truth, the journey towards the truth makes you understand who you are and what is conditioning. Basically, all conditioning is not who you are. They are just the layers on you. You are maintaining it to create a certain flow in life. You understand that things come and go. Things are not permanent in life. You know, you understand that. Everything in life, except the truth, everything in life is always changing, comes and go. The physical stuff comes and go. The mental stuff is just the narratives. Is not true. You understand that. So how to be free from the conditioning? First of all, you have to dismantle both conditioning. You cannot just work on letting go of the bad habits. You have to also investigate your healthy conditioning as well, or attachment to any conditioning, because they are the duality, and duality must be dissolved to see the singularity in you. And the process to do that is investigating your conditioning. Why am I conditioned to certain belief or experience? Why? And there are ingrained belief in you. Definitely there is. If you pause and ask yourself, what is important in my life? Now when you ask what is important in my life, that brings the idea in you, isn't it? The belief in you. So and then you have to trace it back. Why is that important? Or why am I attached to this belief or this experience? Why is the simple journey? Why is the simple way to create an inward journey to figure out the root cause of the attachment, the root cause of the fear, having fear in life? So why? Ask why. So we're talking about the belief and experience. We're conditioned to something. So why am I conditioned to it? Whatever is that, why am I conditioned to this belief or this experience? If you ask why, It will take you all the way to see the root cause to hold on to certain belief or experience. Once you see the root, your life is still happening from that root, by the way. Still happening from that. You listen to that root, and you're you're moving with that. Now you have to let go of the root. The letting go of the root is freedom. But now letting go creates a fear in your life. Letting go of the certain conditioning is fear, isn't it? Especially when it's a support in your life. Now, this letting go is not throwing away your your conditioning. It's about investigating. Letting go creates a fear. Now you have to investigate why. Why do I have fear? And then, why do I have this fear? And then asking yourself why is the way to see why the fear is there in the first place. So, this simple why is going to take you all the way to the truth. The why makes you understand the nature of the mind. Once you are thorough, once you understand the nature of the mind is always pulsating, mind is always changing. When you understand that, then when you ask yourself, who am I? That's where you're going to click. That's where you're going to see the plain sight truth. And when you see the plain sight truth, what's going to happen? What is going to happen is your ego in you will give up. That the ego cannot comprehend the truth. And that's the end of this spiritual journey. And that's where the easy living starts. You're not attaching yourself to the mental layers, and you're not so attached to the physical world as well. And you will know how to dance with the physical world because you will anchor in who you are, which is the awareness, which is the consciousness. And that's what you need to be part of the world. Consciousness, being conscious, being aware is life. Okay, hope this video makes sense to you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.